Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and this is the Frontline Changes report for the past 24 hours, and today, maybe Ukraine is going to capture more ground, or at least more frontline change than the Russians. The numbers are there, you can make a quick calculation, but no, I don't know, because I'm not Chinese enough. People say Chinese nomads, right? So yeah, but it's an obsession. During my younger days, there's this mental calculation thing. It was very popular among parents, not among the children, among the parents. And then they make everybody go and learn abacus. The Chinese ancient calculator, tick tock like this one. Then because through this abacus training, you can actually imagine the abacus in your brain, and then can do instant calculation because your brain can just now do the abacus in the brain super fast. I went through the abacus one because, like I said, it's fashionable, and I told my mom I'm not interested. And then my mom realized that the fad is over, and then she want to save money, and then we stopped. So yeah, so that's what happened. Never trust your parents. No, I'm just joking. Always listen to your parents and trust your parents. Anyway, over in the VOVCHANSK sector, a very interesting frontline change according to the Russian mapping. So yesterday, my arrows. Yesterday we mentioned about this capture already. Today the Russian mapping have updated the map to show that the Russian forces are starting to go down the railway line. So that is interesting. You know why the arrow is so ugly? Because the mouse is too fast. So yeah, hey Razer, come on, sponsor me. Every stream I'm like, or every recording I'm like showing off Razer, it's like. So anyway, yeah, so anyway, this is the advance. They're going down the railway line again. Railway line is like the Kursk for the Ukrainians. The Russians tend to use them, the railway forests, to make advances. The advance here is the advance here. Come on, man. Okay, the advance here is around 1.3 kilometers. So that is a pretty significant advance. This include this place. I think this is a bun. Yeah, everything is a bun in Ukraine. It's like hot dog bun, mango bun, apple bun, kaya bun. Hey, kaya, place. Anyway, going on to the next frontline change is over in the Kupyansk front. At the Kupyansk front, Ukrainian mapping have updated the map to assert that they have taken back most of Pischane. So if this is the claim that they have taken back most of Pischane, then the geolocation of Hulyaipole is now contested by the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians have allegedly taken back up to 5.3 kilometers of grounds. So that's interesting. So let's see how this goes. So good job, Ukraine. Although I'm not sure how they reinforce. That's interesting that they are able to do counteroffensive. But let's hope that they are not falling into a trap. So that's all. That's the Pischane situation. In the Kupyansk front, the next frontline change is over in Lyman. And the Ukrainians claim that they have pushed back the Russians from one penetration into Hulyaipole. Then the Russians started a new penetration into Lyman. This time round, this is the advance. They go down the dachas or the suburbs into the southern part of Lyman, starting the battle for Lyman, or Krasny Lyman, or in DPA terminology, crispy lemon. So the battle for crispy lemon has started. So we have to draw this into a lemon. Yeah. So yeah, some dots. So yeah, crispy lemon, but it's not crispy, so they have to fry it. So I think a few fabs is gonna come to fry the lemon. But anyway, the advance here is around 2.22 kilometers. So this is a pretty significant frontline change at Lyman. The start of the battle for Lyman is of course significant, regardless what it is. Over in the No More Dong here, we go on to the next frontline change. That was yesterday's at Shcherbynivka. So during the situation report, I did mention the Ukrainian mapping have updated the map and surprisingly reduced their holdings, the claims over in the Shcherbynivka Novospassky region. So they claim that the Russian forces have taken all of these grounds and that basically includes the entirety or all of the entirety of Srebrenica and most of Novospassky, also known as Petrivka. So this is pretty significant, but I think this is already all under Russian control. But that's what I think. So we shall see. We shall see how much more retraction the Ukrainians is going to do. We already detected this change days before. If you have been following the situation report, which I highly advise everybody to watch, because SITREP is the OG, not Frontline Changes report. Frontline Changes report is like an expansion, it's a DLC. The SITREP has started from day one of the war, so that's why you should be watching that. But in the SITREP, we have already talked about this. We have detected that the Ukrainians stopped talking about Srebrenica a few days ago, and I raised a flag, like, how come he's not talking about it? The next day don't have, the next day don't have. So we have this analysis that maybe Srebrenica has been lost to the Russians entirely. And this frontline change simply causes it, because this is firm control. This area here is marked as gray zone by the Ukrainians, but clearly the Ukrainians are not there. If not, it's not going to be a gray zone. So so this is the change over in the Srebrenica. The next frontline change is over in the Pokrovsk front, also known to the Japanese as Pokrovsk. So in the Pokrovsk front, there is two frontline changes, and these are very significant ones. So this is in the northwest of or northern part of Pokrovsk. This is Krishine. We have geolocations, two. So one is over here, the other one is over here. These two geolocations expanded the Russian zone of control, and most significantly in this northwestern one, went all the way to the outskirts, confirming the Russian forces has defeated the Ukrainians' counterattack coming from his Krishine direction. There is this another geolocation confirming that the Russian forces is closing this operational encirclement. There is possible Ukrainian forces still stuck here, and previously the Russians have been just firing from both sides, but this time round, they are physically occupying the grounds. So we are drifting pretty close to a full capture of Pokrovsk. Most likely we are almost there. Not yet. I think we are almost there. So the fall of Pokrovsk, I think is going to happen within a week. And there is new developments on the geopolitical scene with the Americans and the Russians discussing a new deal which the Russians can accept, and that includes Ukrainians giving up the entire of Donetsk, Lugansk, and the front line at Kherson and Zaporizhia will hold as probably the new border, and a lot of concession for Ukrainians, which I think the Ukrainians will reject. So I mean, the Ukrainians just signed a MOU or a deal or a agreement that the Ukrainians will buy 100 Rafale. Before that, they say they're going to buy 100 to 150 Gripen. So in what universe would Ukraine surrender? I don't think so. I think the Ukrainians will just continue to try to fight the losing battle. The Ukrainians are too prideful to surrender. So let's see. It's not very Azov to not fight all the way to the end. So they learned from their ancestors. Over in Privilia, the next frontline change is over in the Komar front. This is a very tiny one. This is a geolocation of Russian forces in this sector along the river. So make some small change over in Privilia, tiny change, not very significant. What is significant is over in the Hulyaipole sector, is this monstrosity, and I learned this new word recently. Binge watching, Pegasus, diabolical. This is diabolical, and also the Russians, according to the Ukrainian mapping, have updated to show that they have penetrated all the way south from the Yablokove to the eastern part of Zatishaya. There is other frontline changes coming from the Ukrainian mapping, updating that the Russians have advanced on the east of Vasily as well as the east of Vysoke. So these are the frontline changes. This northern one, this is like 4 kilometers deep. So by the look of it, this is probably gone because this has become impossible salient based on our mapping because the Russians were previously geolocated here. So as I mentioned, there is these 2 boxes here, and this one is going to be in deep trouble. So we shall see how these continue to develop. I think this entire sector will collapse as per reported, as were mentioned in the situation report yesterday. So anyway, these are all the frontline changes in the past 24 hours. So do you think the Ukrainians cannot use calculator? Don't do mental calculation, just estimate. Do you think the Ukrainians is going to have more frontline change than the Russians today? I don't know. Let's see. The Ukrainians captured or at least claimed 9.49 square kilometers. So the Russians yesterday is 13.85. Today is 1.14 plus 1.78 plus 2.98 plus 2.66 plus 0.27 plus 5.64. So sad for the Ukrainians. The Russians have captured 14.47 square kilometers. Despite the massive claim of success over the Kupyansk front by the Ukrainians, the Russians still captured more grounds. And actually more than yesterday. I actually didn't expect that. My mathematics must be so poor. So that's it. So thank you for watching. Happy birthday to you. If your birthday today, press the like button. Press the like button, like serious. No, subscribe. Share this video to people. Do you think that they really need some facts about Ukraine war? Share DPA because yeah, YouTube is not sharing the videos as much, and maybe just nobody cares about Ukraine anymore. So but maybe whatever it is, thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. I repeated the same thing again. So press the like button, subscribe, and see you guys in the next update. Bye guys.